Hello everyone. Good morning. Yes, Ashwini, good morning. Am I audible? Yes, am I audible to all of you? Yes, am I audible to all of you? Okay, good. Yes, Videsh, good morning. So once again, let me introduce myself. My name is Harshvardhan Singh. Some of you know me, some of you are new here. So I just want to tell you about myself. I completed my graduation as an engineer. Then I did my master's in economics. Earlier, I was selected as an intelligence bureau officer, and since 8 years, I am in the field of civil services, and I am providing the guidance for history optional, economics, and international relation on this platform. Yes, and one more thing: those who haven't taken subscription, please take the subscription of Unacademy so that you will get more benefits of Unacademy as compared to the prices. We are going to provide you the best guidance at lower cost. We are providing the guidance for means subscription for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. But I insist you to have a subscription of 12 months, at least 12 months, either plus or iconic. In iconic, we are going to provide everything, including the personal feedback. Okay. So whenever you want to take the subscription, please use my code HarshV10 so that you will get the 10% discount as well as you're going to count as my students. Okay. Yes. So how many people are there? Oh, Diwali vacation is over, but your preparation is still going on. So that means you have to be here. Okay. So shall we start? Yes. Shall we start? Okay. A quick recap of last lecture. If you attended the last lecture, you will get to know that earlier we discussed the unification of Germany. Then we discussed unification of Italy. Yes, both the unification we already discussed. But what is the difference between or similarities between unification of Italy and Germany? As before we are going to discuss this, I just want to tell you a quick recap of German unification. In the German unification, what we mentioned, the four factors played most important role. The first, that is cultural movement. Okay. Second, we mentioned the forces of coal and iron. Clear. Then we mentioned the role played by liberals. In that we discuss liberals into two. One is bourgeois, other is students. Then we mentioned the role played by Bismarck. Okay. So these four factors, that is cultural movement, forces of coal and iron, that is economic integration, then unification from below, Bismarck and bourgeois and students, and fourth role played by Bismarck. Yes, Sankalpa, very good morning. Then we mention about the unification of Italy as well. in the unification of Italy, we mentioned that Italy was not so powerful as compared to Germany. So, unification of Italy is nearly impossible task. And why? Because presence of Austria as a mighty power, presence of France as a mighty power, and presence of papal state as a religious power. So it was really difficult for them. But four people played most important role, and the name of people, as you know all, that is first that Mazzini, then Victor Emmanuel, Cavour, and finally Garibaldi. These four players played an important role at different stages of unification. Clear? Along with that, these are the four people played important role. Then along with that, Prussia helped them a lot, because if you know the Battle of Sedova and Battle of Sedan, this is Sedova and this is Sedan. So Battle of Sedova and Battle of Sedan helped unification of Italy. Clear? Along with that, one more role played by France as well. How? Because we already discussed that peace of Villafranca. Along with that, before that we mentioned about a secret pact was signed between France and Piedmont against Austria. Clear? So secret pact was signed. So France helped Sardinia to capture Lombardy. Yes. Then this Prussia helped Italy to capture Venice. Then Prussia helped to capture Rome, and finally Rome became the capital of Italy, and unification process complete. Clear? So it was a quick recap of the last lecture what we discussed till now. And why I discuss this thing, because whatever I mentioned right now, the future aspect is totally dependent on it. Future aspect means from 1870-71 the world history changed a lot, and it has a basis in the unification process. So it is mentioned withdrawal of national boundaries, the concept of nationalism. This nationalism became chauvinism. So how it arose, the root we are going to find in the unification of Germany and unification of Italy, because it was a dream, it was a concept. Germany, there was no such a country known as Germany or Italy. It was a dream, and that dream was fulfilled with the unification process. So this unification gave boost to the other European nation to form the nation state on the basis of language, on the basis of race, or on the basis of ethnicity. Clear? So it's the scenario. Clear? Now I'm asking you the question. Tell me the similarities and differences between the unification of Germany and unification of Italy. Both the process we already discussed. So as we are human beings, so we usually do not find out similarity, goodness. So please let me know the differences first. Then we are going to find out the similarity. Please tell me the differences between both unification process. Yes, Viresh, Ashwini, Sankalpa. Tell me the difference between both unification process. Come on. Differences. First point. Second. Third. Fourth. At least tell me 5 differences. Yes, Ashwini, what you said. Germany created opportunity for unification and Italy. Acha, okay. And Ashwini is saying that Germany created the opportunity and Italy grabbed it. Okay. Next. Next. Use common sense. I know it's very uncommon in India nowadays, but you can use it. It's very helpful. Yes, please. Just think about it and do not think that you're going to answer in a proper manner or not, if it is right or wrong. It's not your job, it's mine. Just say it. That's it. Yes. Come on. The first point Ashwini mentioned that Germany created opportunity and Italy grabbed it. It's okay. Second point, Sankalpa mentioned geographical location, presence of papal state, policy of. Yes, exactly. In the one answer, she mentioned many points. Of course, the presence of papal state in Italy, it was not in Germany, and presence of papal state was the most difficult challenge in front of Italy. Why? Because it is a religious institution. Yes. Next, third point she mentioned, policy of blood and iron. That means policy of war adopted by Germany. It was not a common policy adopted in Italy. Yes. Then what she mentioned? Geographical locations. I didn't get what you want to say in geographical location. One more point I just want to suggest you here. The policy of blood and iron, the war is there. It is a common policy. The same way you can mention Germany, the one process is unification from above. Unification from above. And in process of Italy, unification from sorry below. Yes, clear. It was very simple point. Unification from above, unification from below. That is fourth point. Fifth point. Yes, at least 5 point. I'm asking at least 5 point. Just think over it. If you read third point clearly, then you will get to know the fifth point. Just think on rational line. Think with the common sense. Yes. I'm waiting for your answers. Is it too difficult to type? Yes. Come on. A very common question to all of you. As you have gone through the lectures, do you have any reference of referendum in German unification? Sankalpa mentioned industrialization. Yes, of course, that is also the difference. The forces of coal and iron. Yes, very good, Sankalpa. Forces of coal and iron present in Germany. it was absent in Italy. Yes, Nilesh said Iron Curtain. Iron Curtain? No, it is not the policy here. This word is used after Second World War and for the Cold War era. Ashwini said, in case of Germany, it was divided geographically in north and south. In case of Italy, it unified at a time. Okay, that can be add as a yes. You can add it. That is geographical location. In that, you can mention one thing. That is, Italy was divided among France, then Papal State, and Austria. But in case of Germany, it was divided into more than 200 states, along with some influence of Austria clear, over some particular area. That is also the case. But as I mentioned, a very common point. Have you read any reference of referendum in unification of Germany? Have you read the reference of referendum in unification of Italy? Yes. Hmm. Have you read? Have you heard somewhere? Vienna Order? Vienna Order we cannot mention in that much way because Vienna Order was basically against the changes. Clear? So Vienna Order for Germany is of course different. Vienna Order for Italy was of course different. But we are talking about the unification process. The unification process means the method we are asking. But none of you are giving the answer what I ask you. I ask you, have you ever heard the reference of referendum in unification of Germany? The same way, have you ever heard the reference of reference of referendum in unification of Italy? Oh, yes. Good morning, everyone. Nilesh, good morning. Wake up and give me the answer. Yes, Sankalpa, it was there in the case of Italy, but no referendum in Germany. Yes, of course. So that what it means, the seventh point is basically the process of unification of Germany was autocratic and the process of unification of Italy is democratic. The process is democratic in case of Italy and authoritarian or autocratic in the process of Germany. Yes, Nilesh, not in the case of Germany. Exactly. So, how many points I ask? 5 points. And you mentioned 7 points. Don't you think so? For such type of question, you do not require any specialized knowledge. With help of your common sense, you can write the answer for such questions, similarities and differences, because you know the both the process of unification. Clear? So this is these all 7 points plus you can add many more points, of course. With your knowledge, you can add many points, but Right now we discussed the 7 points and I gave you the idea that how you are going to write the answer for such question. Clear? Next, similarities. The next thing is similarities. Same. I want answer at least 5 points of the similarities. Yes, everyone. Hmm. First similarity. Yes. Viresh, Nilesh, Sankalpa, Ashwini. Hmm. First similarity. Liberty, equality, fraternity. Okay, that means you want to say the idea of unification. Such point you can mention when you don't have means solid points. Okay, when you don't have solid points, you can mention this thing because the idea of unification is same and all and all. Yes, Sankalpa, exactly. The first thing, role of Napoleon. Clear? Role of Napoleon. How Napoleon? And now, Ashwini, you can add these points. What you mentioned, liberty, equality, fraternity. Clear? You mentioned exact thing, but you mentioned it earlier, before Napoleon. No, Napoleon, role of Napoleon is important in both unification process. Clear? Next, yes. Now you can mention the similarity. Vienna Order. Vienna Order, what exactly the Vienna Order? Anti-unification. Clear? The Vienna Order was basically anti-unification, anti-nationalism, all anti part are there. So this Vienna Order opposes the unification process. Yes, exactly. Then next thing, Sankalpa said nationalism. Yes, offshoot of liberty. What Ashwini said, liberty and all. Nationalism is offshoot of it. Hmm. Or yes, please go ahead. Nilesh, think about it. Hmm. Fast, fast, fast. Just 2 points. That's it. Role of bigger state in Sardinia and Prussia. Can we say that native states led the movement? Yes, exactly. Sankalpa, use of diplomacy. Exactly. As as Kaur was a diplomat. At the same time, Bismarck was also the diplomat, and we mentioned that how Bismarck cleverly uses tricks and technique, how he designed the policy of blood and iron, how he forced Denmark, how he forced Austria, how he made a pact with Austria. Yes, Treaty of Prague was basically friendship treaty. How it is so? How it is possible? It is just because both were the diplomat, and diplomacy played an important role in the unification process. Exactly. Don't you think so that only one person is giving answer and rest are enjoying it? It should not be the case. Everybody. Yes, Nilesh, exactly. Monarchies instead of republic. Yes, you can add this point, but as I mentioned earlier also, when you don't have a solid points, then you can add these points to complete your answer. But these are not that much solid point. Clear? Revolt against kingship. Are you sure? Really? Don't you think so? They were having common enemy. The main impediment in their path of unification was basically Austria and France. Austria and France were main impediment in the path of both unification process. Yes, yes, Sankalpa, exactly. Austria and France were a common enemy. Please, please, please use your brain. You have, but you are not using it. And you know the rule of nature. If you are not using anything, then that is going to end. Yes, Ashwini, Nilesh, exactly. Presence of Austria, presence of France, we already mentioned. Any other point? Don't you think so? The both unification, the role of Prime Minister was more important. Role of Prime Minister was most important, as in case of Germany, that role played by Bismarck. Bismarck was the Chancellor, and in case of Italy, it was played by Kaur. So the role played by Prime Minister. Yes, Sanchipa, exactly. Role played by Prime Minister. That is also the common point. Yes, and I asked you 5 points and you mentioned six. Good. Yes, Nilesh mentioned both the countries are divided among the small states. Yes, you can mention. You can definitely mention that division means what we can say lack of unity before Napoleon. So you can mention it as a first point as well. So we mentioned 0 point. Lack of unity we can mention. Policy of war. Yes, you can mention exactly. The 7 point we can mention, that is policy of war. As some of you might get confused that it was only policy of Germany. No, Germany's policy of war is in general. In general, they adopted a policy of blood and iron. But in case of Sardinia, it was not a general policy. Do you know the meaning of general? Yes, good. Both unification process started and ended simultaneously. Economical, Kunal mentioned economical lackness. Kunal, actually, if you go through the unification process, you know that if we mention the similarities, then economic position of Germany, basically Prussia, and economic position of Sardinia was not the same. So we cannot mention in the similarity. This point you can definitely mention in the differences. Clear? So what I mentioned, the policy of war. So policy of war is a important in both unification process, and very best example of it is Battle of Sadowa and Battle of Sedan. Clear? But the policy of war was not in general policy of Italy, but it was a general policy of Germany. Clear? See, I asked you just 5 points and you mentioned more than 8. Too smart. Now you get it. Without having specific knowledge, you can write the answer of any question in the examination whenever, and what you require, just understand what exactly the topic is. Question can be asked in n number of ways, and you should be ready for that. And how you can be ready for it, the foundation is important, and here the foundation is understanding. Most of you finish the books. It is a laborious task that you finish the book. Finishing book is just like a donkey work. You do not have to finish. You do not have to mug up. What you have to do, you have to understand what it is written. Along with that, how can you use that knowledge in your practical life? That's why it is said that if you read the books, you're considered as an enlightened person. How? Because the enlightened person not just read, he read and understand and utilized it in his own life. Clear? So when you're going to follow this approach, it's very easy for you to write the answer for mains examination. Clear? Yes, any doubt, any confusion? Yes, any doubt, any confusion? Nope. Next, the policy of secret alliance. As I mentioned about the Bismarck in the last lecture. In the last lecture, what I mentioned, that people are generally masters in any field. Bismarck, you can consider him as a university, and as I mentioned, he designed the syllabus for the masters. So he was very dangerous person. Till now, till 1870, you have just seen the trailer of the movie. Now you're going to see the full picture. It was just a glimpse of Bismarck. Now, whatever the policy designed by Bismarck, is said that in history, responsibility of Bismarck in First World War. Clear? So, responsibility of Bismarck in the First World War. So, just imagine what role he played and how history considered him as responsible for First World War. Okay. So, what happened? As we mentioned, that Battle of Sedan, we mentioned in the last lecture. Battle of Sedan. In the Battle of Sedan, Prussia versus France was there, and the result, that defeat of France and end of Napoleon III. So Prussia defeated France and end of Napoleon III. And after every war, there is treaty. Please remember it. After every war, there should be treaty. And what's the purpose of treaty? After every war, treaty is there. And here, treaty is Treaty of Frankfurt. Yes, Treaty of Frankfurt. What's the basic purpose of treaty? Treaty is there to give the consent. And through that consent, peace prevails. Means basically the purpose of treaty is to establish the peace between two countries which fought the war. Clear? That is the purpose. Means as we mentioned, Treaty of Prague. That Treaty of Prague was basically a friendship treaty between Austria and Prussia. End of rivalry and all. They consider Austria as a friend and all. So what exactly the purpose of it? Purpose is saying to establish peace. Means there should not be any enmity between these two countries or any particular thing. So let's take example of India. As I mentioned, India is having full of example as we are having the same capacity or as of continent. So we have lots of examples. We know that India and Pakistan are enemy countries. But why they are enemy? And you know that why they are enemy? The most important problem is of Kashmir. India claim Kashmir is their territory, Pakistan claim is their territory. And how India claim? India claim just because Kashmir, Maharaja of Kashmir signed instrument of accession. So he merged whatever the territory he was having at that time into India. So it's our legal claim, and because of that, it's clear that Kashmir is an integral part of India, including the Kashmiri people. Okay? Pakistan also claimed the same thing. Pakistan said that they are having more affiliation with the Kashmir. Kashmiris are having more attached with the Pakistan. It's their claim. And you know that we fought a first world war with the Pakistan just after independence over the issue of Kashmir. They claim, we claim. Don't you think so? 1947 till today means till 2020. The issue remains the same. Issue remains the same. There is no concrete solution over it. You know that in 1947 we had a war with the Pakistan, then 65, then we fought a war with Pakistan in 71 and along with 99. So we fought so many wars with the Pakistan, but still the problem is there. Please tell me, other than this, Kashmir, is there any other important problem between India and Pakistan is present? There were small areas, for example, Surfing is there in the Gujarat and all. So it is one of the bone of contention between India and Pakistan, but they were the minor issues. The most important issue is India and Pakistan is Kashmir. Why it is so? Because none of the country, neither India, neither Pakistan is going to leave their claim. That's the problem. Continue. We signed the treaty. We signed a treaty with Pakistan. Pakistan signed a treaty with India for lots of time. But most of the treaties were kind of nature of compromise. Pakistan signed the treaty but unwillingly. Do you get it? Unwillingly. So that's why when they signed the treaty, because it was their weakness at that time, or we can say need of the time, but from heart, from broad-mindedness, they never accept it, and that creates a problem. Clear? So the issue is still continuing. This is the one case. This is the first case I am mentioning where the problem is still continuing. But that second is that is India and Bangladesh. This is the second example, that India and Bangladesh, that we resolved the problem with the Bangladesh. Right now we don't have any border dispute with Bangladesh. How it is possible? That one very major issue between India and Bangladesh was presence of enclaves, because at the time of demarcation, means at the time of partition of India in 1947, there was a least scope for demarcation, because enclaves in the enclaves in the enclaves, such kind of thing. Means suppose this is a part of India, this is a part of Bangladesh, again this is a part of India, and again this is a part of Bangladesh. So such type of complicated things were present there. But India and Bangladesh started conversation with each other. Diplomatic talks were going on. After negotiation, India and Bangladesh agree over the division of this area, clear, in such a manner that it's a win-win situation for both India and Bangladesh. And finally, do you really think so we considered Bangladesh as our enemy country? No, because they accepted willfully the same way India also accepted willfully. And that is the purpose of treaty. Treaty is there to establish peace, and we gave the two example of Indian neighbor, where in one case there is still enmity. Why? Because after the treaty also enmity prevails, because it was a forceful thing. And in second case, the treaty was signed, everybody accepted, because it is a willful thing. Clear? So here also it was the same thing. Here also it was the same thing. Treaty of Frankfurt was there in 1871. In that treaty, what exactly is the treaty? This treaty is between Germany and France. Through this treaty, France accepted the formation of Germany. Means France recognized Germany as a nation state. Clear? So through this treaty, France accepted Germany as a nation state. Clear? So don't you think so when France recognized Germany as a nation state, there should be the possibility of peace prevail between Germany and France, because the idea of Germany was based on nationalism, that Germany is for Germans. So why France was angry? Why France accepted the recognition but still the enmity prevailed? Because of the second reason, and this second reason was Germany took two provinces of France, that is Alsace and Lorraine. Germany took two provinces of France, Alsace and Lorraine. Yes, exactly. Whatever you have heard, it's true. Germany took provinces of France, Alsace and Lorraine. Please remember the name Alsace and Lorraine. It's very important because these two provinces also have the reference in World War I. As I mentioned few minutes ago, that why Germany formed? Germany is for Germans. Germany is for German, that is German nationalism. Germany is for German nationalism. So don't you think so that Alsace and Lorraine were the provinces of France? That means their mother tongue is French. Don't you think so? They support the idea of French nationalism? Yes, everyone, please tell me, don't you think so that if the Alsace and Lorraine are the provinces of France, don't you think so they support the idea of French nationalism? And at the same time, Germany is for Germans and their idea of German nationalism. Clear? French provided the idea of liberty, equality, fraternity to the world. Offshoot of liberty is nationalism. That means the fountainhead of nationalism is France. France gave this idea of nation state to the world, and now one country, a newly formed nation state, took two provinces of France, Alsace and Lorraine, and merged into Germany. Don't you think so? It is an injustice with the French people. Don't you think so? It is a hypocrisy of Germany. Yes, just type it fast, fast. I'm waiting for your replies. Yes, and if you think so, if you think so that it's an injustice with the France, then my next question is there for you. Then why Bismarck took Alsace and Lorraine? Ashwini said that Alsace and Lorraine was German-speaking area, so they went to Germany. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, think about it. Oh. Hmm. Yes, everyone, tell me. If it is so, then why Bismarck took Alsace and Lorraine? Ashwin said that these two areas are rich of iron ore deposits. Okay. Tell me one thing very frankly, don't you think so? By taking the two provinces of France, by taking two provinces of France, Germany hurted the interest of French people. Germany hurted the nationalism concept of nationalism of French people. Don't you think they hurted the sentiments of French nationalism? Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hmm, Nilish, to safeguard Germany from France. Okay. Yes, Ashwini and Nilesh, you said something. Rest are just sitting and enjoying. Yes, everybody, I am asking you the question. It does not mean that I have to enhance my knowledge regarding this thing. Yes, I am asking this question so that I want you to take part in our session. Along with that, I want you to start developing the habit of thinking clear with some common sense. So that's why I'm asking the question. As we mentioned here, Germany took the two provinces of France, of course, and these two areas is like this. This is the France and this is Germany, and these areas were here, Alsace and Lorraine. Of course, the border areas, and you know that in all over the world where any country or any state share the border with the neighboring state, then there is always scope of mingling of language. It's convergence zone that both the languages are used to speak in that particular area. Ashwini said they heard it. What Nilesh said, prevention of power and expansion of Germany. Okay. Ashwini said they hurt their sentiments as after area went to Germany, France would suffer from economic losses. Okay. So of course what I'm mentioning that when the two states or two nation states share the border with each other, there is always scope for convergence zone. It's a bilingual zone. I mean, both the languages used to speak, used to write in their day-to-day life. Clear? But as it was mentioned here that they are the provinces of France, so of course it's going to hurt the French sentiment. That is the first point. Second point, that is as Ashwini mentioned earlier, that is Alsace and Lorraine. You know that these two areas are having huge deposit of iron ore, huge deposit of iron ore, and because of that reason, Bismarck took these two provinces. And why? As Germany is a new nation state. Germany is a new nation state and they have to compete with Britain and France. And for that they required to strengthen themselves economically because Britain and France are economic means are or were economic superpower at that time. So if Germany wants to compete with them, they should be financially strong. So that's why he wants to boost the process of industrialization in Germany. As Germany is a latecomer in the race of colonization, so that's why Germany wants to compensate it and they took these two provinces of France. Clear to everyone? Why he took? The reason is basically new nation state wants to compete with Britain and France, and without economic what we can say soundness, it's not possible for Germany to compete with them. So that's why to give boost to the industrialization process, he took these two rich iron mining areas. Clear? So that is the one thing. The another important thing is when Bismarck took these two areas, don't you think so? It is going to hurt the French people. The answer is, of course, yes. It is going to hurt the French people. Along with that, don't you think so that France is going to take revenge? Of course, anybody wants their own territory. So France is going to take revenge. Don't you think so? France is going to take revenge? Yes, everyone. What do you think? Or France is saying that it's okay. Bismarck wants it, and we gave them. Germany is a newly formed nation state, so as a responsibility of big brother, big sister, take it. Yes, everyone. Do you really think so that such things are possible in international relation? Ashwin is so confident that yes, France is going to take revenge, and everybody wants to take revenge. Why there is no policy of peace prevail in the world? France was having enough territory, so they should have adopted this policy. Take it. Yes, France was superpower at that time. Yes, of course, and it was a humiliation for them. So it's very common thing, a very common sense that France wants to save their prestige. France wants to take back their territory because it is not just a question of territory only, it is a question of their pride. Clear? It is a question of supremacy. That's why France wants these two territories back, and basically how they can do that? Without war, it's not possible. Clear? So as you, me, we are very common people. If we can guess this thing, don't you think so Bismarck is too smart? Bismarck already knew that when he took these two provinces, Bismarck knew this thing that France is going to take revenge. France is going to take revenge. France is going to wage a war against Germany, and he want to protect Germany from such wars. And he also knew one more thing, that France alone cannot take revenge from Germany because France is not at all in a position to compete with the Germany. Clear? So France definitely going to take the revenge. But right now France is not that much powerful. So if France gets any ally, any friend, then France will do that. And he was a Bismarck. He was always ahead of his time. He was smart, sharp, shrewd, a diplomat. So he knew this thing, and because of that reason, Bismarck designed a policy, and that policy is popularly known as policy of secret alliance. Clear? Everyone till this point, any question, any doubt? Till that point, any question, any doubt to anyone? Yes, no, don't know. Say something. Yes, any doubt, any question, any query? No doubt. Very good. Now we are going to discuss the Bismarck policy of secret alliance. What exactly it was. As we earlier mentioned that Bismarck knew that Germany is going to take revenge from, sorry, France is going to take revenge from Germany. At the same time, before designing his policy, he's having some noble intention as well. In 1848, we mentioned that when liberals offered Prussian monarch to be king of Germany. At that time, what he said? He said, none of the great problems solved through debate and discussion, it's solved through policy of blood and iron. And I want Germany to be a strong state. It should not be the weak. So his intention was very clear since the beginning that he wants Germany to be a powerful country. And how Germany to be a powerful country? First, that he wants to preserve the power of Germany. And so whatever the territories, whatever the military forces, whatever the economic forces are there, he wants to prevent that, preserve that. That is the first intention, Bismarck. Second intention, that is expansion of Germany, because it was a time of colonization. It was a time of imperialism. And at that time, if any country is strong enough, that means that country should have colonies. Clear? And the third thing, that is safeguard Germany from France. And why it is so, we already mentioned, because Bismarck took Alsace and Lorraine, and there is a possibility that France is going to take revenge. So he wants to preserve Germany, he wants to expand Germany as well as to safeguard Germany from the French invasion. And for that reason, he designed a new policy, and that new policy is known as New System of Alliance. This new system of alliance was popularly known as policy of secret alliance. Yes, policy of secret alliance. Very basic question to you. If the word is new, when we use the word new, then what's new in this alliance? How it is different from old system of alliance? Am I right or wrong? If you say it, New India, you should know what was old. If here we are mentioning new system of alliance, you should know the old, and you should know what's the difference between old and new. Am I right or wrong? And if am I right, then please tell me the difference between new system of alliance. And if am I wrong, then please explain. Yes, everyone, come on. Now said fresh and refresh policies new. Ashwini said new system was talking about peace, question mark. What about, yes, Sankalpa, Nilesh, Viresh? What do you think? Because without knowing old, or without knowing the differences between old and new, how it is possible for you to know the policy of secret alliance? Yes, what Kunal said, policy to make treaty more favorable. Okay. Yes, others, please let me know. What do you think about it? Nilesh said it was a peace alliance. Okay. And earlier was war alliance. Yes, anyone? Anyone? Any idea? Hmm. That's why I used to ask very basic question to all of you. Most of you know the difficult answer. Most of you know the difficult answer. But if anybody asks you the basic thing, you're not quite aware of it and why it is so. The reason is simple. We never use our brain. Okay, please let me explain. What is the old system of alliance? Old system of alliance. Old system of alliance was basically wartime alliance. Wartime alliance. What's the intention of this wartime alliance? Any specific purpose. Means these alliances for any specific purpose. Example, I just want to give you with help of quadruple alliance, because we already discussed quadruple alliance. It was against Napoleon. Another example I just want to mention, that is alliance during Crimean War. Yes, here in that we mentioned the Greek monk, Latin monk. Yes, remember? So these alliances were the wartime alliances and formed for specific purpose, and after that, this is the third point, after war alliance dissolved. Clear? Yes, old system of alliance, wartime alliance for any specific reason, and alliance dissolved after completion of that specific task. Clear? What is the new form of new system of alliance then? The word, as we mentioned, the new. The word is new system of alliance. New system of alliance is basically peacetime alliance. Yes, Nilesh, you mentioned peace alliance. No, it is a peacetime alliance. Means when there was a no situation of war, still you sign a pact with any country. That is peacetime alliance. What is the intention of it? Intention is basically possibility of threat. There is no threat right now, but possibility of threat in future. Clear? Possibility. And it is based on if and but. This peacetime alliance is not basically wartime alliance, it is for defense alliance. It is a defensive alliance. And how it is so? How it is so? How to defend? If and but means suppose this is the case here, France and Germany. If France attack, if France attack Germany, then Germany is going to attack France. But Germany is not going to attack France alone. Germany should have a friend. Let's take example of Austria. So these two forces combinedly going to attack France. When this is the first step, means if any country attack them, then for the defense they are going to attack other countries, but alliance. Not a single country is going to attack. Alliance is going to attack over that country. It is based on the assumption, it is based on the possibility of future threat from any particular country, that is the peacetime alliance. It was totally new concept at that time, because at that time such type of concept of defensive alliance was not present. Clear? Clear everyone? Good. So when we mention that this new system of alliance, so what's new we already mentioned, and what's the basis of this alliance? The main intention of alliance was the isolation of France, because Bismarck want to safeguard Germany from France. So his idea was very clear. He want to isolate France. As we mentioned, France wants to take revenge, but same time, France was not in a position to take revenge alone. What France want? France wants some friend in international relation. Without friend, without alliance, France is not going to defeat Germany. And Bismarck doesn't want to provide a single opportunity to France to get alliance. Clear? Next. Idea for the policy of secret alliance. When he designed the policy of secret alliance, idea was very clear, that is isolation of France. Clear cut idea, isolate France. What happened? So to isolate the France, he gave birth to the policy of secret alliance, a new system of alliance, peacetime alliance, and implementation of it was in 1872. Here in 1872, implementation of the policy of secret alliance in the form of League of Three Emperor or League of Three Kaiser. Kaiser means German monarch was known as Kaiser, means emperor is known as Kaiser. So League of Three Kaiser. So who were the member of it? Of course, monarchy should be there. So in Germany there was a monarchy, Russia there was a monarchy, and Austria was a monarch. Clear? And you know that France and Russia were the enemies. Why it is so? Because France was also following the expansionist policy, same policy followed by the Russia. They were having conflict over the establishment of colonies and all, and we have a reference of Crimean War as well. So they were having enmity. Clear? So Bismarck took this opportunity. The same way Austria is also having enmity with the France. You said how? How they have an enmity with the France? You know that in the France helped Sardinia to capture Lombardy. Yes, France took neutrality in the Battle of Sedova, so that's why Austria lost Venetia as well. Clear? And along with that, you know that France and Austria shares the border, a common border with each other. That means they are neighboring country, and Germany doesn't want to provide any opportunity to France to make a pact with Austria, or we can mention that Germany doesn't want to provide France any opportunity to mingle with Austria. So for that reason, Germany had a signed a secret pact with the Austria. The same way Germany signed a pact with Russia. So these three combined powers signed the pact, and they are having their own intention. The intention of Germany was very clear since beginning, that is isolation of France. Why Russia was interested, why Russia took help of Germany, because it is an alliance. All three are going to fight against if there is a future war, and that was basically Russia and Britain were having enmity in Balkan area, in Balkan area. So Germany promised Russia that if in case of war between Britain and France in Balkan area, then Germany is going to support, Austria is going to support Russia in Balkan area against Britain. So it was a win-win situation for them. Clear? Everybody is having their own intention. So that's why they all became the part of League of Three Kaiser or Three Emperor. And intention was very clear for Bismarck, that is isolation of France. Clear? So this is the first alliance in the policy of secret alliance, or in the system of secret alliance. The second thing, in 1879 there was known as pure alliance or dual alliance. Pure or dual. And it was signed in between Germany and Austria. It was signed between Germany and Austria. And why it was so? Because Russia and Austria were having enmity in Balkan area. Russia and Austria were having enmity in Balkan area. And why it is so? Because the very clear reason that Russia want access to warm water. As you know that Russia doesn't have a direct access to ocean. They have a direct access in eastern part, but they don't have a direct access to western part. So for that reason, they want some way, a shortest route. So Balkan area was very best opportunity for them to have access to warm water. But Austria opposed that. And why it is so? Because Balkan area was having dominance of Austria, and presence of Russia in that particular area is having a problem for Austria. Clear? So Austria and Russia developed the enmity between each other over the Balkan areas. So Russia started distancing themselves from Austria. Clear? Russia kept distance from Austria over the Balkan issue, and Germany realizes this thing. So Germany wants to boost their ties with the Austria. So they said that we are a pure form, true friend, BFF in short. Do you know the meaning of BFF? Good. Pure alliance. There is no mixture or anything. Pure. Best friend. So that's why Austria and Germany signed a pact, because of Russians keeping distance themselves from Austria over the Balkan issue. But there was no enmity between Germany and Russia. Clear this? So this pure alliance was more stronger in nature as compared to League of Three Empires. Okay. So some of you might thinking that as Germany signed a separate pact with Austria, it means that it is the end of this alliance. So if you're thinking then it's wrong, then you are wrong. That is the crux of policy of secret alliance. If you are thinking that that alliance was ended, no. Nope. That alliance was present. Means At that time, whatever this alliance was signed in 1872, it was active. When this signed, it was active, means both alliances were active at the same time. So do you know the difference? Here in this alliance, Germany supported Russia against Britain in Balkan area. And here, with this alliance, Germany is supporting Austria against Russia. In which area? Balkan area. In one case, Germany is friend of Russia. In other case, Germany is friend of Austria against Russia. So it is a very complicated thing. And Bismarck, he was Bismarck, sharp, shrewd, and a proper diplomat. And the word is secret alliance. So you know that secret means nobody knows. Clear? So this system of secret alliance was till unknown till the First World War. This system of alliance became complicated in latter phase because nobody knows what happened, which country is the friend or enemy of that particular country. Nobody knows it. So Bismarck started this policy. Clear? So both alliances were active at the same time. Yes, everyone, any question, any query related to this? Yes, because one more means two, three more alliances are there. Before that, I just want to ask you, yes, please tell me, is there any question, any query to understand these two system of alliance, or what is policy of secret alliance, what is peacetime alliance, what is wartime alliance? Yes. Kunal said excellent diplomacy by Bismarck. That is case. He was Bismarck University. My question to you the same. Do you have any confusion, any doubt, anything? Yes, everyone? Previously, Austria was the alliance of his friend of France. Whatever I mentioned related to the Bismarck policy of secret alliance, do you have any confusion, any doubt? Because right now we are moving fast. Yes, the picture is going to reach to the climax. So if you want to enjoy that climax, then idea should be clear. Yes, as you are not responding, that means I considered you all are sleeping, enjoying the winter, or else I considered that you don't have any doubt. Yes, okay. Mm, next, nobody is having no doubt. Very good. Now, as the situation, as we mentioned, here is France. Yes, here is Austria. Here is Germany. Sorry. Here is France, here is Italy, here is Austria, here is Germany. Clear? So, and here is Britain. What Kunal said, after making a strong alliance by Germany and Austria, Russia left over. Win. Are then Russia and France mixed with each other policy? As I mentioned, Kunal, it was a secret alliance, so nobody knows, including Russia. When Germany and Austria signed a secret pact, that when they signed a secret pact, Russia was unaware of it. Russia knew only thing, that is Russia, Austria and Germany are friends. Completely. This is completely different. This is completely different. Clear? Russia still in the pact with Germany and Austria. So this is the case here, that Britain is present here. Germany on one side, Austria on the other side, Italy. And what's the intention of policy of secret alliance? Isolation of France. This country is left over. Italy. Italy is left over. So Germany wants Italy to be part of secret alliance. Why? Same intention. Because if Italy signed a pact with France, then France and Italy is going to wage a war against Germany, and Germany do not want to provide any single opportunity to France to take the revenge. So what to do? Germany, Bismarck asked Italy to be part of system of alliance. Italy refused to be part of it. Confidence, see the confidence. Italy refused Bismarck. Bismarck was the person who fulfilled their dream of becoming nation state. Don't you think so? It is a challenge for Bismarck. Of course, Bismarck, he was Bismarck. Italy, a nation state, existed because of help given by Bismarck, and they said no, no, they are not interested. Oh, confidence. Bismarck said it's okay, no problem at all. You have independent policy, you can do whatever you want. In 1881, as you know that, if you know the map, this is Mediterranean Sea. Yes, in the Mediterranean Sea, Italy is here. Clear? Here is one island, that is Sicily Island, and one more island, it is of France, that is known as Corsica. And here is Tunis. Tunis or Tunisia, African continent. Clear? So Sicily and Tunis is close to each other the same way Corsica and this island is very close to each other. Italy was interested in Tunis because with help of that it gets a direct access to African continent. Direct access to African continent. And along with that, we mentioned they were the latecomers in the race of colonization, and at that time colonies are not just a tool of economic exploitation, but also it acts as a symbol of prestige. Clear? So they were interested in Tunisia. They want to capture it. And Bismarck knew this thing. Oh. So, extremely sorry. And Bismarck knew this thing, that Italy is interested in Tunisia. What Bismarck did? Bismarck provoked France to capture it, that is Tunis. Germany, here is Germany. Provoke whom? France. Don't you think it's a surprising thing? As in this lecture we mentioned lots of time that Germany and France were the enemy at that time. We mentioned lots of time. And here we are mentioning that Germany provoked France to capture Tunis. And it's just like that. Germany said that you considered yourself a strong power, superpower. See that Italy is going to capture Tunisia in front of you. We already took your two provinces, Alsace and Lorraine, and now Italy is going to take Tunisia, and you're going to watch alone. A newly independent nation is going to defeat you. Spit on your face. Such kind of drama was not there. But basically, the idea you're getting, they provoke France. Are you mad? Your strongest country. And see, the newly formed nation state is going to capture it. It is against your prestige. It is a question mark of over your supremacy. So such type of provocation was there from Germany side. And why it is so? Because of that, France captured Tunisia. France captured Tunisia, and it hurted the Italy. It hurts the sentiment of Italian people because Italy was a latecomer in the race. French already established themselves, and still France wants territory. So that's why Italy was hurted. Italy wants it, and France took it. And Germany took this opportunity. Bismarck took this opportunity, and after that, Bismarck said that, oh, sad. Do one thing. Who did this? France. We will take revenge. For that, you have to do one thing. Please be a part of my system of alliance. I'm there. You are here. If we sign a pact, a strong pact, then if such thing happen in future, we are combinedly going to defeat France. Just be on my side. I'm there with you. Don't you think so? He was too smart because initially they asked Italy to be a part of it. They refused. Now Bismarck created a situation and Italy fall into that trap. Clear? Yes, everyone? Clear to you? The same year that Germany helped Austria to sign a pact with Serbia just to isolate France. As one more this incident is there, Austria and Serbia were having some problem over Balkan area. As Serbia is newly formed nation state, a newly formed nation state was there, and Serbia is for Serb, is for Slav ethnic people, and Austria was the empire at that time, and Austria consists of different ethnic people. So Serbia wants the territory of Austria, and Austria refused it. So that's why there was a tension between Austria and newly formed nation state Serbia. Germany doesn't want to provide opportunity to France. So what they did, Bismarck made them sign a pact, and with this pact, he packed Serbia. He packed Serbia. Clear? So Serbia is packed with Austria. That means there is least scope for France to get friend. So again, the policy is fulfilled, and that policy is basically isolation of France. As we mentioned here in 1881, Italy was hurted by France, and how? By capturing the Tunisia. And Bismarck took this opportunity and signed another treaty was known as Triple Alliance: Germany, Austria and Italy. Idea is same, if and but it is a defensive alliance. If anybody is going to attack, then these combinedly going to react against it. So here League of Three Kaiser is active, along with that Dual Alliance is active, along with the Triple Alliance is active. All the three alliances were active at the same time. These members are unaware of it, same way these members are unaware of it. Secret. The secret is not going to leak. Clear? So this is considered as the Triple Alliance is considered as the culmination of policy of secret alliance. Clear? And why it is so? The same I mentioned, Austria supported it because the assumption of Austro-Russian war over the issue of Balkan. Italy supported because Italy wants to take revenge from France, and France is main obstacle in their path of expansion. Very next year, in 1883, Romania also joined it. Romania also joined the Triple Alliance. Now, the size of alliance increased. And you know that every treaty is having a time limit. Clear? As there is an enmity between Austria and Russia, but we mentioned there was no enmity between Russia and Germany. So Bismarck doesn't want to give any chance to France to take this opportunity. So what he did, he signed the reinsurance treaty with Russia for 10 years. Reinsurance treaty. With this treaty, Germany and Russia became friends. With this treaty, Germany and Russia became friends. Again, France left alone. Again, France left alone. Free insurance treaty. And all these treaties are having only aspect, that is isolation of France. Clear? League of Three Kaiser, Dual Alliance, Triple Alliance, Reinsurance Treaty. Don't you think so? It is very complicated. These all treaties are very complicated because all are active at the same time. All treaties are active at the same time, and all treaties are secret. This, when they signed reinsurance treaty with Russia, Germany, when they signed reinsurance treaty with Russia, Austria was not aware of it. Italy was not aware of it. Only Germany, and that is Bismarck, knew with whom they are friend, with whom they are enemy. One more question is there in my mind, and I want to ask you. As we mentioned here in the policy of secret alliance, the idea was basically isolation of France. Okay. And in this policy, we mentioned that Germany made friendship with Austria, Russia, Italy, then Romania also joined, Serbia is also packed, Why they left Britain? Why they didn't sign any pact, any policy of secret alliance with the Britain, as Britain is also neighboring country of France. Yes, everyone. What do you think? Why they left Britain? Hmm. Yes, everyone. Krunal, Ashwini, Sankalpa, Nilesh. Yes, everyone. What do you think? Why they left Britain? As we mentioned, they encircle France with strong state. They want to isolate France. Why they gave the scope, that is Bismarck provided the opportunity to France to have a friendship with Britain. Hmm. Yes, please let me know. Fast. Yes, everyone. No reply from your side. Yes, I'm waiting for your answer. Don't get confused. I asked you the answer, not asked you to write an essay. So you can write it in short. Yes, what Ashwini said, because they were sure that Britain will not help France as they were enemy. Hmm, that may be the case. What about others? What about others? There were two reasons, as you're not going to tell, so I'm going to tell you. There were two reasons. First, that is Britain and France were arch rivals, so friendship between them is not at all possible. That is the first reason. Arch rival, no need. Second thing, that if you're having pact with any country, if you're having pact with any country, then you have to fulfill it. Means if you sign a friendship pact between any country, then you have to fulfill it. But in future, as you know that Bismarck, what he wants strong Germany, he wants expansion of Germany. So Britain will be the future rival of Germany. He knew that because all these states were not in position to compete with Germany, but Britain can, and that's why it doesn't sign a pact with Britain because of future competition. Because of future competition, and for what? For colonization. Bismarck knew this thing. Britain was established power and Germany is newcomer in the race, so there was a possibility, and anybody can guess it. There is a possibility of future war between these states, So that's why Germany kept Britain alone. And the first reason was very clear that Britain is not at all going to help France because of any means for century. Clear? So finally in 1890, Bismarck retired from his office. He said that both again. Finally he retired from his office and he has fulfilled his dream first of Germany as a strong nation state, and the second thing he fulfilled, that is isolation of France. Sankalpa said Britain will be future rival due to Germany. Yes, exactly. Clear? Bismarck retired from his office. It was not at all the case with the Napoleon. It was not at all the case with Metternich. He left because he said that now it's over. I'm going to hand over this thing to you. That's why Bismarck was different from other in international relations. He dominated the Europe from 1848 to 1890. Just imagine, for more than 40 years he dominated the Europe. He dictated the terms, and his intention was very clear, to make Germany strong, as well as he wants France to be weak and to pursue the policy of isolation of France. Clear? Is there any doubt, any question, any query related to this point? Yes. Is there any doubt, any question, any query related to this thing? Those who want to join me, those who want to have a contact with me, then they can join the Telegram, my Telegram channel, that Unacademy underscore Harsh V10. You can connect me, you can ask the question there, or you can use the other social media platform to connect with me. Clear? And you can clear your doubts. Okay? So is there any question, any doubt, any query? No? So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Tomorrow we're going to continue this session at 8:30, and one more thing, those who wants to join the IR lecture is at 11 o'clock, and today we are going to discuss Indo-Nepal and Indo-Bhutan part 2. Okay, so please take subscription, and we are going to meet by 11 o'clock. Thank you very much.